Humpty Dumpty sat there. The reason why these videos are so good and so much better than anything else on any kind of source of media or media device is because of the focus on the Messiah during the apocalypse, and that he's the focal point of the standard of human faithful thoughts, words, and actions, so we can do right by the truth of our creation through eternal faithful love through holy covenants, right? As far as holy covenants go, the whole thing when they were discussing that thing on the Loving case with the brother-sister thing and stuff like that, you need to leave the Hawaiians alone. Your morality, given the depravity, is what you do with your relationship. Okay. If a brother and sister in Hawaii marry each other and have kids, and those kids teach them to protect each other sexually and protect their children from people that come and violently and viciously try to take what they want, when we all need the same things. We all need air, oxygen, to obey the natural laws, what's provided for the natural laws to sustain ourselves through loving one another through life sacrifice. Your self-righteous hypocrisy. Making family cheese fork is because there's defective genes in the dream pool because of violent sexual tribalism, okay? Bush family Robinson? The Bush people in Africa, the gods must be crazy. Okay, most of those people are very direct relatives. Okay. They did not have homosexuality because it was a rough life, and they didn't need population controls from mechanization, outside sources, and human perceptions of holiness through bureaucracy and self-righteous hypocrisy. Breeding outside the family tree does help your genetics have a better interactive perspective of eternity. So if you're a guy like me and you go to Hawaii, and the brother goes, you know what? He's my brother from across the water from another mother. Are you kidding? I love Lawrence, but if Henry had, before Lawrence, Patrice Pancho hooked up and said, hey, or Patrice, but I punch you, this is Henry Kaihui, and my sister, oh my gosh, he's so gorgeous and he's such a wonderful guy. My sisters would have fallen if they were single. Okay. Val, she can't keep her hands off Henry. Can you blame her? Okay. They would have all loved Henry. Okay. Henry is only about 5'7". They wouldn't have cared if they were about the same height as him. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay. He was intelligent. He was kind. He's beautiful. Right? Henry Kaihui was a beautiful man, the kind of guy, that was your friend that you tell your sister, you better be nice to him. He's a really nice guy. You can be a selfish brat. I'm worried for him, not you. You do stupid things. I think a lot of that had to do with the virtual presence from the Pentagon and so I think my sisters in the future, their spirits will have a lot better lives because their brother took on the devil through home invasion, through writing laws on pieces of paper and kicked the living crap out of them. Hey, I'm the Messiah. It's what I do. Right. So, I give a lot of credit to other people, but when it comes to brass tacks and balls to walls and the shit hits the fan, I got to do it like Jesus always told me. Earl, okay. Jesus, sell it in, it's your dignity, it's your destiny and your legacy, and you're going to have to claim it. These selfish creeps and murderers aren't going to give you the beauty of the truth of the faithful love of your life. You're going to have to claim it for the children, more husbands for my daughters so we can have better, families. So I'm okay. And I did it, and there's nothing that meta data center builders in El Paso can do, and the people here that think they're doing it better than the assholes in El Paso can do to stop that and make it go away. A little bit of soap will never wash away my tears. You can't, guys, if you think Jeff Bezos is in charge of his business, you're crazy. If you think Jennifer Lopez can do beautiful things with her make-believe money to save us from make-believe money, you're nuts. Okay. I just don't, I have a huge semi-crush, semi-charmed kind of life on Max and Emmy's mother, okay? She's can be so superficial that because of what I had to endure to save us from superficiality, I think there's like a, you know what I mean? Guys, she's so fucking bonable, it's not even funny. For me, it'd be, I'm a guy, right? Okay, I'm just going to tune out all the superficial stuff, and I'm going to let her give me slow rides for 6 months straight till I feel a hell of a lot better. And I'm not going to think about anything else. If she talks, I'm just going to completely tune it out and say, we're living the Lord's Prayer. She can say whatever the hell she wants, just as long as she gives me excellent sex so my body can feel like I feel good and I sleep excellently, right? I'm a guy, right? But for her having to go from that extreme of those supermodel luxury box, jealous, comic raw, speak 5 different languages, disgusting, egotistical, bitch-covered fashion clothes and leather shoes assholes, to trying to sexually help me recover, I just don't want to wish that on Jenny. You know, one of us here loves Jenny and likes her, and it's none of you guys. Okay? You guys don't. You just want to, Bernadette. They long to control you. And so, you guys want to fuck Beyonce. I want Beyonce to live the Lord's Prayer. You guys want to fuck Taylor Swift. I want Travis and Taylor to be living the Lord's Prayer so those kiddos can have a private, loving, you and me out on the farm. Let the sun be. I think I've caught my last touchdown pass. Good for you, buddy. We can play some flag football in the backyard with them glow-in-the-dark balls. Okay, I don't want these balls to glow in the dark, but the one that we throw, yeah, we could get one of those with the glow-in-the-dark. That would be cool. Invite Patrick over and say, they ain't ever going to hurt your knee again, or we're going to kick them in the dick so hard, Patrick. They'll never make you be on a commercial to pay bills for other people's bills, pay their bills, because we can't get it free from the bills. Right. There's nothing wrong with the bills. I like the kid from California via Wyoming, too. No, I like him. They're all dumb as hell. One of my favorite football players was Lorenzo James Simpson, guys. I was very honest about what happened, and I knew it, and I told everybody. This has nothing to do with race. He did it. Okay, he got mad and jealous and angry, and he had a fit of rage, and he murdered a woman, and he would have gotten away with it, too, if his mother-in-law hadn't left her glasses at the yogurt shop. That's the only thing that put any question into what had happened and caused for, was Ronald Goldman bringing those glasses to the Brown Simpson's house. If she hadn't forgot her glasses at the yogurt shop, it would have been quick and fast, and there wouldn't have been any signs of physical evidence to run into. He would have got back home, got everything done, went on his plane trip, did his thing. No one would have noticed until the next morning, because they would have thought she was at home sleeping in her bedroom and she was sleeping in, or at yoga class or whatever. So it would have, her body, he would have slid it over and gone undiscovered and everything. When Ronald Goldman showed up, that sure fucked up his murder plans. Because that bitch was going to pay, because I'm the one who, made her rich and made her famous, not her. She's just a trophy wife and arm candy. Okay, just forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace. We need better brain activity. Más rápido. Hoy. Don't wait for tomorrow. So if tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? What I gave her in the past is going to be enough to last. And you like the fact that everybody, on those text things, has such a big penis you had. You do know that almost all the women that had sex with me came, and guys with twice my penis size. I was better in the bedroom and made them feel like the queen of the world, and had healing properties with my hands in the way that, it was just too hard for the women that had a lot of consistent sex that I married to be with me, because it was too painful, because you had to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders, and you couldn't talk him into selling out to the devil to save your children from being tortured, and if you had the kids feeling tortured through them torturing him. Life's eternal, grace is infinite, grace is good shepherd. I'm strong enough to carry. I got this, Hollies. Don't worry about it. I have to know. No more selling music. Was it the Hollies? I'm trying to think. Did the Hollies sell Jennifer Eccles? I think it's seeing Jennifer Eccles and Carrie Ann. And I know they sing He Ain't Heavy, right? And Long Cool Woman in a Dread Black Dress, right? Again, I always used to sing in Santa Fe, because all the boys had the big crushes. Instead of Jennifer Eccles, I had I love Natalie White Chalk, written on red brick. I love Natalie Parsons. It was that way everywhere we went. It was at Cesar Chavez School, She was the... And Amy used to say it about Noah. I was like, your son is charming and cute. And the girls that like a anti-bully with a great sense of humor are going to adore your son. But he's not the one that they all want to... It's your daughter. I was telling Amy, it's Natalie. And I think it was Richard Carpenter who wrote the song anyway. So it's, you know, unless Richard Carpenter's gay, which is quite feasible. But and I think close to you is Natalie, Amy. And because everywhere we went. Why do go? That is why all the boys in town follow you all around. It was that way when we moved from Phoenix to Cruces. Oh, hell, it was that way in daycare in Phoenix. Yeah. Jeez. All the boys. She's so pretty. I mean, Amy was calling her Mariah Carey because of her high-pitched voice, and Shakira, okay, from the time she was 2.5. 3. Okay. She's in daycare, and all the little boys, all the girls, I hate that bitch. She thinks she's all that. And all the boys, do anything to bone her. That's a special. She's Abraham Lincoln. It was that way since Great Beginnings in Surprise. Yeah. Everywhere we took Natalie. Okay. Oh my gosh. The heart ones with the heart ones. I don't think she hung up upside down on the candy, the monkey bars and showed everybody her panties and then made a pact for one of her best friends that they both wanted to marry Ernie or anything like that. Not that I know of. We could ask her later. Ish was the name of Sabrina's and Natalie's good friend. Yeah. I was watching the thing on that the other day and it's Ish. Like wish, but without the W and fish without the F. Ish. I-S-H was the young man's name. That's what they referred to him as, Ish. Okay, and lots of Las Cruces people that are kind and understand, you know, homophobia and abuse and want to protect people from abuse and self-destructive sexual activities through science projects know who Ish is. Okay, but look, Sabrina and Natalie, you guys can show up in prayer anytime you want. You know how much I love you both. They both think each other's hot, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to. Okay, look. It's like Natalie told me that. She goes, what if she broke up? She likes older guys. What if she broke up with Alex and decided to go out with you because she'll exercise to stay in shape? I'm like, Natalie, you need to stop. She has that German kind of vibe about her like mom does. What is wrong with women? Why are women like Jennifer Lopez on freaking Hustlers and shit? What is wrong with it? No, Maria did the same thing. Yeah, she had Kimberly come over to have sex with me, to help me find somebody that would go to Flagstaff with me that I'd enjoy sex with. They do that. Women are so weird that way. They could live with 5 of you that they like having sex with one guy in the house, and you're like, I don't understand women. Okay, Earl, think like a woman, okay? You're being fucked to death into the harem. A guy comes and shuts down the harems, and he's the only one, and all the women want to keep him safe from all the harem fucker killers. Oh, like the girls that wanted to do a Ralph Samblish to teach Amy a lesson, teach all the guys at Fort Huachuca. Yeah, oh my God, they were so fine. No, the black girl that came up and said I could come in, you know, she was so pretty. Oh my gosh, I was like... I can only wonder how touching you would make me feel. Yeah, but if I took that chance like now, tomorrow would you and your hot blonde roommate want me still? And yeah, they would have. But the thing is, like, I can't. But why didn't you? I mean, they would have moved in the trailer off barracks with me and helped take care of the kids while Amy went back. And then I wouldn't have needed Patrick. And why don't you take advantage of stuff? Because I had the Mormons in the church and it was confusing. And I'm Jennifer Lopez and I've been thinking and I'm so confused. Don't you want that for me? No, I just want everybody to stand up for the Lord's Prayer and I wanted to do it in 2009 and it still ain't happening. Do you guys understand me better now? Thanks, beautiful women that were trying to protect me with sexuality and stuff from all the sexual predators. And thank you all those homosexual women at the lesbian bar that treated me with dignity and respect in Cochise County, right outside my back door. You could probably see the place. No, you couldn't. When I was making that first Michael Jackson video with the Huachuca bar, just off left of there was a lesbian bar where a lot of people, you know, really liked Earl and appreciated Earl and had empathy. Some empathy. Some had empathy for Amy. I thought she was a skank bitch like the Obamas. It's like, no, they've been mind fucking her since she was 8 years fucking old. to try to turn her into Lilith and abuse me with her through everybody fucking her and her trying to accept the Stockholm syndrome of just lay back and enjoy the rape so we can be the queen of the silver dollar and rule in hell instead of be a servant in heaven. Right. Shit. No, Amy's not a bad person. Your science projects are bad. The people that are the science project inventors that think they can erase the truth of creation with their invention are bad. Okay, you need to leave Amy alone. It's not her fault that her family had genetics and genetic sequence that sought each other out in prayer for family that had been, that was pleasing to us over eternity. Okay, the way they separated me and Natalie's spirit and then Patrick had to come in to protect her and put him in a difficult, I was in a difficult compromising position too. I just couldn't do anything about it. I tried in the trailer because I was desperate to make sure she'd stay home with Natalie and, and stuff like that. I wanted her to date Levon. That would have made things a lot easier, but she wasn't attracted to Levon. She was attracted to the guy that looked like Matt Damon, the guy that looked like Marlon Brando, whose dad's had a virtual presence in the house. The black guy that looked like Big Mike from A Single Mother and the Projects. No, she wasn't sexually attracted to him. It's like, why can't you be sexually attracted to Big Mike? Levon is the best. I loved Levon. I was like, just have be careful, take care of each other, do things that won't get each other pregnant, have a good time, get to know each other. You could be like the Lovings, Natalie. If Levon was still my son-in-law, I would be like, I love Levon so much. And Noah adored Levon. And the girls just, he would sit there, they'd play like him like he was a jungle gym bouncing off his nuts. And he would be like, it's worth it. Natalie's so pretty and I like her so much and she's an anti-bully and she protects all the bullied people from all the bullies. And, Ish's family will tell you, yeah, she's a sweetheart. Yeah. She's pretty and, all the popular kids. You're too pretty to hang out with people like them. And I was to tell her, you tell them you're too nice of a person to hang out with people like them. The legend of Doña Ana County, Cochise County, Arizona, New Mexico, NAFTA, NATO, you name it, I'm the legend of it. Any organization you invent that tries to eliminate the truth of faith and the truth of creation with your invention, I'm the legend of. Way better than Will Smith pretending that Scientology can replace the Gospels. Right. Okay, guys, you good? I'm totally fine. Oh, fine. Do-lang. And I'm not suing George Harrison for make-believe money over a song about Judah Krishnamurti, and he didn't... No, I got that he, and Krishnamurti, I know Krishnamurti. And Hare Krishna people are no Krishnamurti. No, they would come and say things, and he'd be like, what do you want me to say? He'd be like, no, just... enlighten yourself. Just, okay, if you know that's a better life, and you don't have to wait to meet somebody, an eternal spirit that people have turned into a godhead or a figurehead or the light and the way. Once he explains to you life's eternal and grace is infinite and obey the natural laws through holy, then you don't have to keep coming around to him saying, God, teach us more, follow thee more nearly, see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, day by day. And then we'll come up with a script for it and a bunch of songs, and we'll go on Broadway, and then you'll be born in a theater in Bloomfield, Miss Virginia. Mom and Dad were traveling on the road. Daddy made big, and he bought a new house in Beverly Hills, and he did it for his rock and roll baby, singing at the age of 2, explaining to Mr. J. Kimball that he didn't know what he was doing because you couldn't find the Lone Ranger and Tonto at your local Safeway. It's true. Sorry, what were we talking about again? Noah and the Ark. Oh, yeah. So you guys get it? No? It's okay. Computing gets it. Computing's getting a lot more intelligent than 709 and Mr. Data put together. Right! Gene Roddenberry's imagination. Gene Roddenberry's vasectomy can build you. Fill your basement up with irrational sci-fi bullshit and then have nerds come over, lock them in your basement, and try to sexually seduce his hot blonde wife. You got a lawnmower blade? Okay. You're going to have sex with her, then you're going to tell everybody in the tabloids it's like fucking your mattress. You never believe where I'm calling from. Is that one of the Wilson brothers? We're the Wilson brothers. We make money from AT&T. There'll be no more T-Mobile for guys. When you do something right and it works right, and if it's necessary, make sure people have it. We're saturated with Wi-Fi to manipulate the masses to re-fuck people in the brain to wake up the next day and go, I've got an idea to be the greatest video game developer in the history of video game development. Hell, name, image, and likeness of my need money to fuck and have people come to the stadium to hear me sing about it, my dysfunction of my sexy self, and I will dance too, and I'm the sexiest dancer-singer in the history of dysfunctional sex life for money dancer-singers. Okay, I'd still, all things considered, I'd still rather listen to Ella Fitzgerald. Let's make it. Oh God, her voice is so wonderful. I mean, oh well, yeah. Oh God, you could say that. Stairway to the Stars. Oh my gosh, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. When I saw her do a Tisket a Tasket on the, she's so cute. That's little Ella Fitzgerald. Oh my gosh, when she was younger, her voice was, because it was in that younger, and she had one of that like Amy, sensuous, whoa, Betty Boop type voice. But Amy has a nice Betty Boop type veteran voice, which I think she can admit to. Yeah, Ella sings better than I do. Yeah, but don't be jealous. It's you're cute. Amy's cute. Oh, she's cute. Yeah, she's my cutie. She's pretty. Yeah. And then she gets mad. It's like, but I know lots of girls that were more physically attractive, that had better self-esteem and were better anti-bullies, that were interested in me, but I couldn't have relationships with because of all the perverts that sexually groomed you and abused you for what you got in NASA. I get it. Oh, Amy, get over it. I still am interested in checking to see, the way the way I feel with the planet and the environment, how that might help with, a sexual relationship to help Patrick's mother and Noah's mom, and if any of the other, baby mamas that might need the help from recovering from Wi-Fi abuse and chemical toxin poisoning and science project abuse of the women that went through hell with me. I am more curious into seeing how my DNA could help them possibly heal, by them helping me heal, by giving me what I needed. Doesn't matter if it's now. I was telling me that too. Okay. You don't think you're hot enough to have sex with Uncle Fester now? That's the way I look at her. Like, seriously? Have you seen my gut? I've showed you my gut. You've seen my gut. Okay, my butts are, I'm like Hank Hill. I got the diminished glutes now. I used to have a butt that could run across the planet faster than anybody could run across the planet, and jump over people and jump over the couch to avoid the knife at blah, 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 Bob's house. Okay, yeah, and hop over fences faster than Jackie Chan. But the thing about it is I don't have that anymore, because they tried to poison me to death because they were jealous of me. I can't even jump out of the ditch after digging it for, 2017. Yeah, I was hotter then, but that's not our fault, but that's all right, Electra. So I am still, I would like to, that would be my first inclination, and that's why I tried in 2020, and they wouldn't make it happen unless I joined the Temple of Set Illuminati. Give me the card and all that stuff. If you guys can't do this, at least do right by the people that you abused. If you're going to keep me on house arrest and not give me any movement to get a hold of people, or have any, leave me on the cutting room floor, even if I take a Tesla and go talk to people in DC and California and all that, which, I think after one or two times, if I tried it, me and Patrick went, it didn't go through. It's like, they ain't gonna let it go. Let's go back to the Gila and just heal while they do their shit, and then we'll see how quickly we can fix the technology and make it legit. And the thing is, guys, there could have been numerous ways we could have got through Johnson Park, like I explained to Brendan. And I didn't choose the hardest method and get tortured with the poor people and feel all their pain and suffering and have all this chemical poisoning that gets rebooted every day and stuff. You guys did. You chose this for the Spirit of Christ today, not me. I kept I wasn't loopholes. I kept giving you opportunities to respect me and do right by me to the best of your ability. And I gave you options you could have done. But Trump didn't go for it because he was jealous of me. And Biden didn't go for it because he was jealous of me. And Obama didn't go for it because he was jealous of me. And Zuckerberg didn't go for it because he was jealous of me. I was on Messenger when the Temple Set Illuminati said, if you want what you commanded us to do, you have to join the Temple Set Illuminati. I said, no, you're the people that sexually groomed and abused my family. Okay? And killed my mother with cancer to try to turn me into an angry, vicious killer of a person. Okay, I had to sit and watch my mom die and not be able to do anything about it because at the time there wasn't anything I could do about it. And then when you put me in a position where I can do something about it, you tell me you're not doing anything about it. Oh, trust me, I am. But you don't tell me to join your group of murderers. You respect me for being the perfect commander to save us from fighting for peace. War pussies. You need more money to fuck? God dang. Assholes, right? You guys are like John Wayne said, going to church doesn't make you a good person even any more than standing in your garage makes you your car. Okay? Killing people for medals and money to maintain a status quo of a bank society that has the professionals be the world's first profession is money for pussy, like Richard Dawkins talks about, doesn't make you a protecting person. If a hero is somebody that will kill people to maintain the best little whorehouse in Texas, you do know we have quantum computing to collect all the evidence of the Gospels today. It can't be turned into your comic book you buy at the LDS bookstore no more. I reckon. Like them French fried taters with the mustard. So my first opportunity, I'm still holding to that. I don't know, I don't have good communications with Steffi, but when I get to the Gila, I want my stuff built, and I want it built well, and I want it built now. And I want to be able to have, some Tesla vehicles to travel to supplement whatever we need when we need it. And I want a place for everybody that once truth is revealed to them about me can come and stay. And you better do your genome sequencing, so that means you're probably going to want a place for Patrick and his girl, Natalie and her beau, Emily and her friends, Kate and her friends, Amy, Gary, and Crum, and whatever, however, and how we work that out. If you love a woman, if she needs DNA interfacing with somebody that can help her heal faster, because you didn't help her heal faster because you didn't stand up for Laura's Perifer, you better let her get what she needs. It's not my fault you guys went all King David with me in sex wars, and I asked you not to. Okay? Don't blame me, and don't blame Barack Obama. You voted for him for president. Don't blame Joe Biden or Donald Trump. You voted for him for president. You talking Tom Jeffersons and talking Andrew Jacksons. Every time you talk, you're nothing but a flagpole rag, slaveholder rag, bitch of a human being trying to pass yourself off as a man, and you ain't been a man for over 10,000 years. I love Earl. I get it. I totally get it. But I understand why people love me. And Jesus loves me. Jesus loves all of you, but I know who Jesus appreciates the most today in his family line, and that's Earl. And if you want him to appreciate you more than me, that's not going to happen. But you do want him to appreciate you as much as he appreciates me when you stand up for the truth of me, because I redeemed the Gospels. Right on. Right on, right on. Da, 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 da. And don't go around Jackie Wilson, Jimi Hendrix. Tribute should be live the Lord's Prayer. Then you don't have to ever sing limericks for monies at clubs where mass murderers say they own the place. Okay? Shut down the brothel. Save Harold Nicholas and Dorothy Dandridge's baby from a life of birth defects through your abuse. If you can't stand up to do that, you are a failure as a human being. Dorothy had a guardian angel that she talked to. His name was Earl. He fell in love with her from the time he was like 9 years old. This William Holden movie that she did was called Tamango. Yeah. I was totally strung out, man. Like Janet Jackson. She's so pretty. She's very pretty. I didn't see One Bright Road till I was lots older. The one with Harry Belafonte. The one I saw first with her was Tamango. I didn't see Carmen Jones till much later too, when we went to the library and got it for Emily, and she loved it so much. So the only real Dorothy Dandridge movie that I saw was Tamango. And then every time I saw something about Dorothy Dandridge, I love Dorothy Dandridge. She's so pretty, mommy. She's pretty. She got so pretty. She's pretty. She's so pretty, mommy. She's pretty. My mom knew it too. And my mom's like, my son is like me. He's got a it's the female equivalent of Clyde McPhatter and Sam Cooke. Probably more Sam Cooke than Clyde McPhatter. Clyde McPhatter's cute, but Sam Cooke's purty. Okay? That's a purty man. Dorothy Dandridge, she purty. But then, like Brian said, you're not shallow. Yeah, no, I had a big crush on Ella Fitzgerald and Anita Baker. She reminded me of my law too. Yeah, she did. And yeah, and he goes, you got a crush on all the classy black women that we. Yep. Can't help myself. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. I didn't have the crushes on Vanity and all them. They're pretty, but I just didn't think personality wise we were similar. I don't want to go to the club. I despise the club. I hate the club. If you want to dance, we'll do it here in the backyard. You can dance. Dylan, carry out. No, I hate going to club. I hate showing off in front of people. I'll dance better than you, and I'm hotter than you, and I'm going home with the guy that everybody wants to fuck but can't fuck because I am the neck and tell the head what to do. Yeah, how phallic symbol of our marriage. I feel like we're a fiasco, just like the pyramids, and we are. Okay, holy Great Wall of China, Batman. Yeah. Hey, Batman's friends make stupid movies. How Odyssey of you. Yeah, there you are, lost in the shadows, searching for someone to set you free from New York City. And where did all those yesterdays go? When you still believe love could really be like a Broadway show. You were the star. When did it end? Should have ended yesterday because the Lord's Prayer is perfect and should be living it today and tomorrow and always and forever. I like Rob Timberton too. Anyone else? Is there no one else? All right, that British guy could sure had a good song about black folks and make people say, hey, he wrote that. He's from Britain. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah, Rob Timberton is British. Yeah, I read it on Wikipedia. It's got to be the law, right? It's got to be the Gospels. But yeah, as you know, he's British, and he wrote "Beat Your Booty If You Ain't Been Doing Your Duty." I guess they must have British folks that raised their kids like black folks back in the day in the USA. So whoop your ass. Okay, he's taking off his belt. You know what I mean? It's like old school. We need the Lord's Prayer now. Save children's behinds from having to put cat in a hat in there to save you from welts and shit on your forearms and your hips. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because that shit hurts. Dad, I think if you just explained it to me, I would have said, you're right, that applies in physics real well, and I don't want to get physically hurt for life doing something stupid like Johnny Weissmuller. Thank you, Father. Okay, no need to beat sense into me. Just talk sense into me. Once you explain it, wheelchair, that would be bad. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, so what? So we break one of the mattresses in from the house and put it between the branch on the tree and the house when we play Johnny Weissmuller, trying to go across that tree branch to get on the roof of the house so we can act like the guys on SWAT. It's not my fault. I want to do like SWAT. Didn't y'all use da-na-na, na-na-na, 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 na-na-na? Yeah, they had a black guy, and he was one of the heroes. And he did the coolest flip on the beginning of the show. So I wanted to be like that. Well, because all the cool guys that everybody said were the coolest and most athletic and beautiful to watch were not the white guys. They laughed at Bob Cousy. They laughed at Pete Maravich. They didn't laugh at Gail Sayers and Gus Williams. That's why I patterned my games after Rockefeller. And everybody told me, they used to tell me, everybody I met, you don't, don't take this as an insult, but you don't, remember the officer at Pope Air Force Base? Man, you ball like really good for a white guy. You articulate really well for a black guy. Touche. They're racist. He's an Oreo and he's a cupcake. It's like, no, I was explaining to him the same thing Bobby said to me. He's like, you don't ball like, he goes, you ball like a black guy. The only thing that looks white is your jump shot from way out. It looks like Danny Ainge. And that's the whole reason why Danny Ainge is in the NBA. I'm all right with that. When I shoot from about 25 feet out, my shot looks like Danny Ainge's. He told me that, and I'm like, that'll do. That's the whole reason why Danny Ainge played in the NBA is because he could hit that shot. It sure wasn't his defense. He was pesky on defense. Me on defense, I was a defensive predator that made you cry to your mama. If he wants to make it to where he takes my dribble and I never do very good with my stats when I play against him like Jim Caldwell did with Oscar Robinson. Mom, you don't play him every game, son. You'll still get paid. It's just at the end of the year, Earl will beat you. But he's smart enough to retire after 4 years because he wants to go make love with his wife in the mountains instead of have a bunch of outside children and another wife in the NBA. Papa was a rolling stone, my son. Jason Whitlock, fearless, snap, Caitlin Clark doesn't need. I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't really bother me none. Gen Z needs to see prime Larry Bird's coldest highlights. He was a good basketball player, but he hasn't stood for a Lord's Prayer a day in his life yet, right? Vietnam's 1,000-yard stare. The look of a grunt before he goes out to get killed by people to maintain status quo through economics. You're a hero. Badly injured woman begs for help from cops. Boyfriend, good God, that poor lady is beat. Oh, God, it's horrible. Yeah, you guys are horrible people. You make entertainment out of and economics out of brutality because you won't stand up for a Lord's Prayer. But that's all right. We've got quantum computing this time.